pain across the nation.
In the next 20 years, I see America evolving into a country built on the words of women. Politicians will be women. Teachers will be women. Philanthropists, scientists, and writers will be women. I see the development of a more integrated society, one where men and women are viewed and treated as equals. If America really is the land of the free, then women should be liberated too.
Good evening, folks. The past 44 presidents of the United States have all been men. America used to be the place where men controlled the women and world, but now it is time for us women to show America what we got. For the next 20 years, I envision America to not only let men chase their dreams, but women as well. Women have been the mules of America for too long, and now it is our time to show America that we too can control our wills and chase our dreams and actually achieve them. Throughout my life, I have gone through hardship, but in the end, I realized that the men in my life helped me receive the independence and liberation that I searched for. And now it is up to the rest of the women in America to see that. For the next 20 years, I hope that the mules of America will be extinct.
I envision that America will prosper through acceptance of all cultures. It will reflect the diverse culture that have manifested through the second generation of the immigrants. To achieve such a dream of mine, there will be strong women who have Americanized ideas mixed with traditional values. There is no way of stopping the evolution of culture, making America a place with strong women and new traditions.
Tisk tisk, listen to my counterparts. Old sport, let me let you in on a little secret. In 20 years, America will have changed vastly from what we know today. One of the very lessons that we will learn is that the common man always comes out on top. He works too hard and cares too much not to, which is why I see him at the top of the social cast in a short 20 years. America is made for and will continue to be made for the common man, even into the future. Now, granted, there may be some discrepancies between certain groups and such based on wealth and directional legs and whatnot, but that's just how the cards sometimes fall. Hey, old sport. My cards fell just fine, as I'm sure you've seen at my parties, and I plan to set the foundations for the common man getting a step up, much like I had from my dear, bless him, Daniel Cody. Thank you.
I personally believe that in 20 years, America will become a society that relies on technology and cannot function without it. Of course, this direction that I see America heading in is always reversible. If America would focus on becoming self-reliant, then maybe there would be a chance of us having a brighter, more prosperous future. There are many different ways to achieve self-reliance. First and foremost, you must not conform to what everyone else wants you to do or be. Be your own individual, who can function completely independently. By following your intuition, you make yourself a true genius in society. All of the great and memorable people in history have followed what they thought was right. Who cares if your ideas are shot down because others are afraid of the idea of originality? Who cares if you are misunderstood? The greatest of people have been misunderstood. But that is a powerful thing to have, because in the end, to be great is to be misunderstood.
One of the main goals for my presidency is to free women from their roles as suburban housewives, the problem that has no name, and incorporate them into the workforce. It is the key to these and other new problems which have been torturing women and their husbands and children and puzzling their doctors and educators for years. It may well be the key to our future as a nation and a culture. In order to have a balanced society, accessible to the needs of women and minorities, everyone should have the privilege of choosing their path in life without judgment. A woman should be able to be more than just a mother. She should be educated, a worker, and an asset to the country. In order to achieve this, a plan needs to be developed to send more women to college, to get their degrees, and to enter the workforce as a professional, thus gaining moral and economic independence.
Since I lived in an all-black neighborhood, I never really mixed with other minorities or white people. But what I do know is that although segregation is over, it still plays a big role in American society. I once met a black woman who accepted me because I was light-skinned, but despised my husband because he was darker, so he was classified as a black man. She was prejudiced against black people, although she was black, and claims that we should lighten up the race by marrying only white men. The problem here in America is that people of certain races are prejudiced against other people that are their same race. No matter how light or dark you are, everyone should be treated equally and get the same opportunities as everyone else. We should not lighten up the race, but mix it up. When people envision America, I want the image of not only the white stereotypical male to come to mind, but women and people of different races, and to know that they are all accepted equally and not just here to try and live the so-called American dream.
Women are oppressed because we possess more power and intelligence. When a woman is of different race than white, they are further discriminated because they are seen as inferior brutes. I have been the great Fa Mulan. I have heard the tales of the no-name woman. Both are warriors in their own right. As Americans, we have the duty to incorporate these great warriors to progress society. We need to give women a choice either to accept the role that is expected or to go out and achieve something great. I believe we as Americans have the ability to do that. In my presidential campaign, I am going to push for women in the workforce.
Old sport. As a man who comes from a past life of being scuffled under the hustle and bustle of life and still coming out on top through myself, I feel like minorities can do just the same in our society. Through a little hard work and some determination, they can build themselves up like I have, and are at no less of an advantage to take life by the horns and sell it. The same principle applies to the more tender side of mankind. I knew a strong woman once, a twisted piece of femininity, who played the whole world as if it were a great instrument. She did not need the help to do so, which just leads me to believe that little to nothing needs to be done to incorporate them into America as they already are. The more modern and reformed group of women who fancy themselves distanced from men in society altogether to play sports such as golf and such are another group that I admire but see no reason to help. You understand, don't you, old sport?
As an American who preaches the idea of not conforming to the popular belief, I plan to also preach the idea of what a great asset the women can be in a society that is run by men. Women are some of the most important people to have in this kind of society. They give birth to our youth, who in turn judge our future. The youth in our society is what we should cherish above all else. They are the ones who truly do not conform to the negatives in society. We have a chance to teach them the right ways of life, and without women, we would never be given that opportunity.
The definition of the American dream is ambiguous. To each person, it means something different. If, however, the accepted meaning of the American dream is reflected in the words of our founding fathers, a free country, a place where everyone is created equal, and life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, then the dream is far from being reached. This type of freedom needs to be extended to women, and when that has been achieved, then I believe the American dream has been completed.
My interpretation of the American dream is where women and men of different cultural backgrounds come to America in hopes of finding themselves and achieving their dream that they cannot achieve anywhere else in the world. Therefore, I do not think the American dream has been achieved. As of now, the American dream is modeling the stereotype of white rich males of America, and last time I checked, not everyone is a white rich male. I hope that everyone can find their own American dream by finding their own American identity that they will construct for themselves.
The ideas for the American dream are all there. However, we have not made it a reality. The American dream is a society of original ideas and traditions mixed with modernized vision. There are still first-generation immigrants forcing their bleak views of how life should be lived. However, people are changing and starting to make a voice, making the American dream within our grasp.
American dream being achieved? Is this a real question? Oh dear. Just look around you. The common man rules. Isn't that exactly what America was founded for and is about? I believe this has been achieved in more ways than one, and not for just one group, but for all Americans. Old sport, even take a look at me. The idea of turning an utter nothing into a rich something with the unrestrained ability to do so in any way possible is what I live and grow by. Molded from the East and the West, and shaped by the very same ideals held by our founding fathers themselves, I am the embodiment of the common man and the dream of equal opportunities for all. The idea of an American dream as a single thing is impossible, but rather is defined by individuals and how they see success and how they plan on gaining it. And I'm sure every man with a dream would agree with me. Thank you.
I believe that the American dream is achieving self-reliance and becoming an independent person who can fully function in society without conforming. That being said, anybody can truly achieve the American dream, but it is solely up to them to actually do it. The American dream is only attained once you have a true desire for it, but until then, I do not believe that the American dream has been achieved yet.
Miss Crawford, I just love your vision for America. Us women need to stick together.
Yes, someday people will realize that women are more powerful than men. Although I feel like you incorporate women more than minorities. I mean, different cultures do make up America.
Women are of the utmost importance in this country. If we improve the lives of women first, then maybe we can improve the lives of minorities second.
Minorities do not come second. Last time I checked, women can be minorities. I am a woman and a minority, so since I'm a woman, I should come first, but since I'm a minority, I come second. Now, that does not make sense.
Good afternoon, ladies. I'm sure you enjoyed the debates today. I know I enjoy rousing discussions with such refined individuals. Miss Friedan, your belief on what America will be in 20 years troubled me. Are you sure women are ready for this big a step in society? Miss Crawford, your opinion, if you would.
Excuse you? I think, if anything, women are more ready than men ever were or will be.
Please excuse my brashness. I was only meaning to question how women, if most comfortable at home, would find a reason to leave it. An acquaintance of mine, Jordan Baker, has done so much in the pursuit of the sport of golf, and she is known for being androgynous more than anything. Why would women want to put themselves through that?
Excuse me, I would beg to differ. Is androgyny a bad thing? Maybe women are not more comfortable in the home. Maybe they want a more active role in society. In fact, I know that's what we want. I'd like to meet this Jordan girl. I think we get along quite well.
What do you want us to do? Sit at home all day and just take care of the house 24/7? You think that we would want to sit back and watch America crumble because of all you men think you know best? I think you should go reevaluate yourself. There's definitely something missing in your life. Love, maybe?
I'm sorry if I came off in such an attacking manner. I do mean well, and my dear friend Caraway can vouch for such. And as for love, I had it once. She was incapable of reciprocating it, though. The loneliest moment in someone's life is when they are watching their whole world fall apart, and all they can do is stare blankly. Wealth is the way into any woman's heart, and she doesn't have one. I was successful, had money, open arms to her, and she was my motive for it all. But even still, she decided to throw it all away. Now, these are just my experiences, old sport, but I feel like they can apply to many women, especially porch sitters like you two.
If you ask me, the perfect husband is one who allows his wife to do as she pleases. It doesn't have to do with wealth or passion. It has to do with equality.
I agree to a point. Tea Cake loves me as I am, but I do not believe in wealth as the way into a woman's heart. You clearly do not know what you are talking about if you think money is the answer to everything. Accepting each other and treating each other as equals is what a relationship is about.
Excuse me, ladies, I must take this.
He is so self-absorbed and kind of pathetic. Like, he needs people to like him in order to believe in himself.
He is far too self-centered to lead a whole country of people.
Okay.
A snobbish man like that does not deserve to win.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Go rig another game, old sport. Yes, where were we?
Goodbye, Mr. Gatsby. It's been interesting.
I wish you good luck.
Hello, Miss Kingston. Did you enjoy the debates today?
I feel as if we have found some new foes and some new acquaintances.
Indeed we have. I feel as though you especially are one I agree with. However, I would like to question you a little bit on your background as an Oriental American.
Excuse you? I prefer Chinese American. Nevertheless, what is your question?
Well, just in general, how has having such vastly different cultures impacted your belief on what truly is American? You do believe yourself to be American, correct?
I am just as American as anybody in this room, possibly even more so. I am the ideal American, a person who has come to the great land and created a new tradition and values. I question your Americanism because of your disgrace against the system.
Please let us be clear here. I am not against the system itself, but rather I am against the values that reinforce it. I agree with the idea of creating your own values, however, but that is not what I think makes us all American per se. After all, nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principles.
I guess. However, being American is not about being in peace, as you say. It's about embracing everyone and living in prosperity.
Yes, but being at peace is not the only way to attain the American dream. We can embrace and live in prosperity, but above all, we must be individuals in a world that is plagued by conformity.
That is true. We as Americans with an ideology of expansion are making a divide in prosperity. There's no way to achieve peace, making your ideas unrealistic. You also contradict yourself. You claim there is one big American dream, but you want everyone to break through the mold of conformity. How can there be one big dream when there are individuals who want different things?
You are again confused by what I mean. Regarding a big dream, I refer to every individual's inner desire to attain what they feel is successful in life. Well, I must get back to hugging trees. Now thank you for your time. No!